In this video, we're going to talk about parallel lines cut by a transversal, and we're going to go through 4 examples about how to solve for various angles and some different diagrams. So let's dive in. The first thing we want to just kind of review briefly is, what are corresponding angles and alternate interior angles, alternate exterior, and consecutive interior, and what does that mean when there's parallel lines involved? Well, when you have parallel lines, you'll notice that they put a little arrow here, somewhere like in the middle of the line, not at the ends of the lines, and that indicates that the lines are parallel. But when you have this third line that cuts across those 2 lines, that's what's called a transversal. It transverses or cuts across. And you get these 8 angles that are formed. And what we call corresponding angles, you can think of this as forming like an X. See this X here up at the top? And there's kind of like an X here down at the bottom. If I was to pick this X up and slide it down, the angles that match up with one another, those are called corresponding angles, and they're going to be congruent to one another. So for example, 2 would be equal to 6, or 1 is equal to 5. So sometimes what I think is like lower left-hand corner matches up with lower left-hand corner, or lower right, lower right. Now again, this only works though if the lines are parallel and they're cut by that transversal. So that's called the corresponding angles theorem. Now, alternate interior angles, if you look closely at the name, it kind of tells you a little bit about it. Interior means the angles that are in between the parallel lines, like 3, 4, 5, and 6. But alternate is like a nod to the fact that one of the angles is on the left and the other angle is on the right. They are on alternate sides. So when you think of alternate interior, that could be like 3 and 6. Like, see, these 2 angles are congruent. And 4 and 5, those 2 angles are congruent. They have the same angle measure. So that's the alternate interior angles theorem. Now the alternate exterior angles theorem, exterior means that the angles are outside the parallel lines, not in between like the interior angles. And alternate means that one's on the right, one's on the left. So these would be alternate exterior angles, they're congruent. These would be alternate exterior angles, they're congruent. And then the last one we want to talk about is the consecutive interior angles theorem. And that's, again, the 2 angles that are in between the 2 parallel lines, but they're on the same side. So some teachers or books or classes will call this same side interior angle theorem. And this is kind of the oddball of the group in the sense that those 2 angles are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. They're not congruent. So these ones add up to 180, and these 2 here would add up to 180. So for example, 4 and 6, or 3 and 5. So let's dive into our 4 examples in practice. This first example, we're trying to find out what X is in this diagram, and they give us that this angle here is 50 degrees, this angle over here is 2x minus 6. Now there's more than one way to do these problems, but what I can do is one of 2 things. One thing that I can do is that I have vertical angles. So whenever you see 2 lines that intersect, they form like an X. Those angles that are across from each other are going to be congruent. So these 2 are equal, and these 2 are equal. That's vertical angles. And so if I know this angle is 2x minus 6, I know that this angle right here is 2x minus 6 across from it by the vertical angles theorem. But what do I know about these 2 angles? Well, I can see that they're on the same side of the transversal. They're in between the 2 parallel lines. That's what we just talked about with the consecutive interior angles theorem. And I know that these angles are going to be supplementary. Remember, this is the odd one of the group. All these other ones that are congruent, these ones are supplementary. So I can write a little equation. I can say 2x minus 6 plus 50 is equal to 180. So that's 2x plus 44 is equal to 180. I can subtract 44, so just a little bit of algebra here, right? And that comes out to 2x is equal to 136. And if we divide both sides by 2, x is equal to 68. And we solved it. Okay, let's look at number 2 now. So number 2 is interesting because we have 3 parallel lines, right, cut by these 2 transversals, and we want to find out the value of x and y. So let's take a look at this problem here. So it looks like we've got this angle, and sometimes what you want to do is kind of block out the angles that you're not using. So you can see here's 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal. These angles are in between the parallel lines, but one's on the left, one's on the right. Those are what we call alternate interior angles, and they're congruent. So that means if this is 150, x here has to be 150. And what we can also do is we can look at, kind of ignore this middle line. Okay, we've got these 2 parallel lines. This angle and this angle are consecutive interior, meaning they're going to be supplementary. So if this is 150, That means this angle here is 30. And whenever you see a straight line, you can think of that as a straight angle, and that's going to be 180 degrees. So if I was to take y plus 10 plus 30 plus 30, that has to add up to 180 because see that straight line. So we've got y plus 10 plus 30 plus another 30 equals 180. And let's solve that. So we've got y plus 70 equals 180. Subtract 70 and we're getting 110 is the value of y. Let's take a look at two more examples. Okay, let's try number 3. If you want to pause the video and try these on your own, go ahead and we'll go through them together. But for number 3, notice we've got these two parallel lines, which I should have indicated over here as well. But we're trying to solve for this missing angle x right there. So how would we do that? Well, using our theorems that we talked about earlier, what do we know about this angle and this angle? Well, these are alternate exterior angles. So see the parallel lines, see the transversal, one's on the right, one's on the left. Those angles are going to be congruent to one another, so that's 40. We also know that if this is 45, using that alternate exterior angles theorem, this angle is going to be 45, okay? And then now we can see we have a straight line. All these angles have to add up to 180, right? So we have 40 plus 45 plus x equals 180. That's 85 plus x equals 180. Subtract the 85 from both sides. And we can see that x is equal to 95 degrees, and we solved it. Let's look at number 4. This one, what do we know about these angles? Well, we don't have a theorem for those two angles, but we do know that this angle in the lower right-hand corner of this x and this angle in the lower right-hand corner of this x are congruent by our corresponding angles theorem, right? They would correspond or match up if I slide that x right up there. So we've got 1/2 x plus 60. And these two angles, you can see they form a linear pair. So linear means like a line, pair means like a pair of shoes, like 2. And those two angles, they're going to be supplementary. They're going to add up to 180. They're going to form that straight angle or that line. So that's called a linear pair. So let's go ahead and make an equation. Let's see, we've got 2x plus 20 plus 1/2 x plus 60 is equal to that straight angle 180. So let's see, we've got, I'll call this 2.5x. plus 80 is equal to 180. Let's subtract 80 from both sides. That's going to give us 100 equals 2.5x. Divide both sides by 2.5. And what's 100 divided by 2.5? Is it 40? Yeah, it's 40. So you got x is equal to 40, and you solved it. If you like these videos about geometry, which a lot of people don't cover, check out my geometry playlist. I've got a geometry course playlist. It's about 11 videos. It takes you through a typical geometry course. It gets into the theory and the practice and the examples. I'll put a link, or I'll try to put a link right there, and follow me over that and check out those videos. I'll see you over there.